Like, if we're trying to find a sex offender, tell us where the guy lives.
I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
You, and I just like to say that, you know, in our Bible it says that you're like animals.
Going in the desert at the opposite that is naked. It's verbatim and it's shaken.
This president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. Trump's the best president for Israel in the history of the world. And the Jewish people love him like he's the king of Israel. They love him like he's the second coming of God.
I am the chosen one.
What I believe is that, this is a quote from him, he says, what I believe is that the one who is going to switch from Esau from persecuting the Jews to Esau who is serving the Jews is Donald Trump. Rabbi Kessin claims he is going to purify Edom.
So the Yeshiva feels that everyone should vote for Donald Trump. That's
100%. Every year, maybe go.
That's right.
If you hate Israel, vote Democrat. If you love Israel, vote for Donald J. Trump. It's that simple.
President Donald Trump was the first American president who stood up in defiance to the entrenched and endemic anti-Israel attitude of all previous U.S. administrations towards our presence in the Holy Land. Only he or somebody like him would be the person who deserves this great honor of representing Western society and fulfilling the prophecy uttered to our matriarch Rebecca. The elder one will serve the younger one. Trump was designated as God's servant and anointed one, just like Cyrus the Great almost 2,400 years ago. And I have good reason to believe Donald Trump was chosen to be the one to redeem the sins of Asa through offering his assistance in rebuilding the Holy Temple on the Temple Mount and establishing the Jewish kingdom over all of mankind in Jerusalem.
This was a special token of affection given by myself and the First Lady to Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel, and it's a key. We call it a key to the White House, and it's a key to our country and to our hearts.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I have said, and this is true, that you have the key to the hearts of the people of Israel because of all the great things you've done for the Jewish state and the Jewish people. So thank you.
Why is it better to be here in Davos than in Washington, D.C.?
Well, we're here meeting with world leaders, the biggest, most important people in the world, and we're bringing back tremendous business in the United States, and they're all here to see. We look forward to being here. Klaus has done a fantastic job.
You know, there are prophets that say the world will come to an end in the Middle East. You know that, right?
New.
Hey guys, I'm at work. Well, look, I got information that in the form of downloads that is something that you guys probably already knew, and I knew it, and I just needed confirmation. The government slash military slash corporations in America and in certain demographic areas around the world, these power elites, global elites, they all work for the fallen angels. I would even consider them angels at this point because they have depleted. In the beginning, yes, they were angels. But they begin to take on another form of consciousness that made them extremely heavy. They are dense. And through bad deeds of control, they lost their ability to generate soul essence. By doing this, in order for them not to pretty much turn back into stardust and disintegrate, and returning back to source in the form of stardust, they started creating machinery, technology that can sustain their dense form, which we all know what that is now. They became archons that understand dimensional realms and how to operate within those parameters and that sequence of that matrix system, that reality matrix system. When you hear the word matrix system, it does not mean that it is something bad, because all matrix systems are created by source for souls to incarnate in those dimensions or in those realms or in that matrix system altogether to experience. But then you have these fallen ones or archons that will invade a matrix system, organic matrix system, and then try to take over and then invert it from the inside out, like a computer virus, a corruption. That's what these fallen angels have become. They have become a parasite. This is why they need to feed off of your soul energy in order to sustain their own agendas, because if not, they will cease to exist. They are what we consider a black hole. They use black holes over the original planets that they currently control. A black hole is an inversion that needs. Think of how our sun, it runs in sequence. It gives life, it spreads light, it gives the ability for things to grow and live. Well, think of a black sun or a black hole. It does it in reverse. So the codes are running in reverse to feed. It needs to feed. It needs to draw off an energy, and it draws off. It's not going to draw off what we consider positive energy. It needs dark matter. It needs negativity. It needs separation. It needs victim mentality. It needs pain and suffering. So that's what these fallen angels have become. They're not angels anymore. They are parasites. They are tricksters. Even within the matrix system, because of how God has set things up on free will, they need to trick you. And this is what we call the Luciferian agenda. Lucifer was one of the angels that became inverted. He is more or less a parasite entity that needs worship. He needs validation. He needs followers, and their followers, we all know who they are. They are in positions of power. and they need a structure to operate in that parameter of that position of power. That would be your government structure. The pyramid on the back of the dollar, that is theirs, and they have it on many other planets. Now, let's get into the ice wall. So, Lucifer reigns behind the ice wall, along with certain groups, black ops, certain military groups from around the world are there, and they protect that. They guard that area, making sure that nobody goes in, nobody goes out. And there's other giants there as well. There's also giants in the Grand Canyon that they don't want people knowing about. There's gateways, ley lines, but the ice wall is where you're going to find a lot of the original Atlanteans civilizations. There's a lot of different beings there other than giants. There are domes underwater where mermaids and other creatures that you haven't even begin to comprehend. Anyway, I can't drag this on too long. I'm at work. You guys know that I work third shift. But here is where I'm able to, pull in information and bring it to you guys. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. Have a good day.
All right, put on your tinfoil hats, guys, because today we're talking about Vril parasites. These beings are considered to be an intraterrestrial reptilian species. Some call them Vril type 1 lizards. They're allegedly parasitic, carnivorous, and malevolent entities that love to engage in sadistic and debaucherous behavior. They have an appendage called a proboscis at the top of their head that detaches, and their entire consciousness can be injected into a human's eye to take over their body. Once it enters the body, it swirls around the optic nerve and then proceeds to an area of the brain where it will excrete the parasitic cells and kill the human. After taking over the body, it's called a drone. Here's a picture of Dolly holding one up with what seems to be an injured person behind him, possibly someone who was just droned. It's believed that this is why you see so many high-ranking officials and celebrities with these gnarly black eyes. It is pretty weird when you think about it, because how many people do you know that have ever had a black eye in their entire life? Oftentimes, these parasites are able to retain the former human's memories and are able to replicate their behaviors. This makes it easier for the parasite to assimilate and not cause suspicion from the victim's immediate friends or family. Basically, these reptilian beings will use human hosts in high-ranking positions to gain control and influence so that they can serve the Illuminati and other occult societies' interests. This is allegedly why you're often seeing depictions of the all-seeing eye. To prevent the breakdown of the human host body, apparently the Vril needs to regularly ingest stem cell-rich blood. We've heard plenty of stories of celebrities drinking blood and harming babies. It's possible this is why there's such a large-scale agenda to promote abortion and fund Planned Parenthood. Women are also pushed to give birth in hospitals, where their placentas are often stolen and sold to the highest bidder. So how can you tell if someone's been droned? Aside from the very blatant black eye, followed by around 2 weeks of sickness, a lot of drones lose their hair early in life, male and female. Some of them are devoid of intelligence, so they don't understand dry humor or sarcasm. They also exhibit psychotic behaviors, such as lack of empathy and sympathy. They enjoy engaging in deviant acts of perversion, self-gratification, and even torture. I think this theory is super interesting. I want to believe that the people in power who commit these horrifying atrocities are not human, but what do you guys think?
Felony charges of disposing or discharging hazardous waste, according to state records. The home, which sits along Sugar Springs Drive near Washington and Hollywood Boulevard, that's where the FBI and other agencies before 6 o'clock Saturday morning raided that home, finding refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids in that locked garage. Sheriff McMahill confirming once again what our investigation team first reported, that this is actually part of a broader federal investigation in California.
As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred in 2023.
Sheriff says 3 other individuals were actually inside the home the same day of that raid. They were renting rooms. They were removed from the home, and they're not involved in that investigation now.
People don't understand that Laguna Beach, California, and Newport is filled to the brim with occultist kids. You could be in class, you could be middle school, elementary school, high school, you're chilling next to an occultist. Knowingly or unknowingly. If these kids are under some form of mind control, they might not even fully be aware of it, not until their 20s. These parents have split their mind, split their personalities before the age of 7. There are more Freemasons in LA and OC, California than anywhere else in the world. I want that to sink in. Anywhere else in the world. So you bet their kids are right here. What better place to blend? Money, beauty, the ocean, all the nice things, the nice neighborhoods, the nice school systems. And it varies. These parents could be lawyers, they could be doctors, they could be real estate agents, they could be part of the police force, they could be a firefighter. It varies. They could be a teacher. A lot of them are teachers. They could be a principal. They could be a counselor. They could work in pharmaceuticals, which they love to do. A judge, a doctor, someone in the industry. Yeah, they're all right here. If you go listen to Anya Wick, she talks about the cult of Baal, and that's exactly what it is. The cult of Baal, it's Luciferianism. It's not Satanism, it's Luciferianism. Satanic ritual abuse, mind control, MK Ultra, child sacrifice. And there's no way to know who is who. Because people are going to ask me, well, how do you know who's who? You don't. You will not know who's who. Because pure evil, whether they know it or not, pure evil is smart. It's educated. It's knowledgeable. It has to. For it to go on for thousands of years, undetected. Evil genius, right?
Commander Rockcloud, Cassian has completed the mission. Meet him at the rendezvous point.
Thanks for all your help, Rockcloud. I have very important intel to share with you.
No problem. We can talk when we get to Alliance headquarters.
Commander Rockcloud, you are needed on the bridge.
The timelines are shifting again, Commander Rockcloud. We need you.
Captain Veronica, it's good to see you.
Commander, a timeline has shifted. This is serious.
I'm with you all the way, Captain.
Thank you, Commander Rockcloud.
Rockcloud is vulnerable. Let us attack. Liar, heathen, guilty. Liar, heathen, guilty. Liar, guilt, sleep.
My brother is having a nightmare.
Liar, heathen, guilty. Liar.
There is the ship he is on, but his soul is elsewhere. Ah yes, there you are. You are safe, my brother. There are things you must know, happening now and in the future. Come with me.
Greetings, Brother Rawcloud. Your young friend is in grave danger. His timeline was intercepted and has landed in ancient Sumeria, where the Anunnaki rule. And Enlil wants to destroy everything. You must wake up now and go to him. Rawcloud, you will never leave this nightmare.
We'll see about that. Omar, I'm on my way.
I wanted to give you guys a history on what I remember about the Anunnakis and these reptilians that came here together. Well, there was I wouldn't consider this particular Anunnaki king, but he acted in place of his father, which was king in the Orion constellation. This particular Anunnaki was more or less like a prince. Father sent him here to mine this planet for precious minerals and gold, just all kinds of things that they needed. Well, this particular Anunnaki, which pretty much made himself king over that area, they genetically modified the humans that were already here to do the job for them. And these particular reptilians that were with these Anunnakis, they were like lower reptilians. They were not like the Dracos, the royal Dracos. But these reptilians that came there were a part of the Draco constellation. They were Draconians. They were master genetics. They knew magic. They knew alchemy. They knew mind control. They knew MK Ultra. So this Anunnaki, let me just call him king, okay? Because later he did become a king. He ordered these reptilians to teach these new humans, the ones that were genetically modified by them, teach them language, teach them how to be obedient, teach them how to mind. So that's what these reptilians did. But these reptilians became jealous. They felt like they were the ones that should own the humans. They should be in charge over the humans and not the Anunnakis, because they did all of the work with kind of brainwashing them, getting them up to speed and making them obedient. So these reptilians came up with the plan to trick the Anunnakis by being disobedient, teaching them how to create, to mate with each other, and not do the work. Once that king found out that it was the reptilians that taught these humans to be disobedient, they began to go after these reptilians and kill a lot of them. So these reptilians, they went underground. They escaped and they went underground. And the Anunnakis salvaged the humans that was obedient. They finished the work. And then these particular Anunnaki just left the planet. Well, they left some of the Anunnakis here to watch over these particular humans. And over time, humans begin to spread around the world, while these particular Anunnakis, they control certain demographic areas and kind of like became like what we consider like how Jesus was doing. He was like the shepherd over these sheeps. But the reptilians, they stayed on the ground. They plotted and planned, and they grew in masses. They also put their genetics inside of the humans. Once they was able to obtain some of the humans, they were still humans, and then genetically modified them for themselves. But they always felt like the planet was theirs. After the Anunnaki left, they felt like the planet belonged to them, and that the humans were not here first. The new humans, yes, was not here before the reptilians, but the original human has always been inside of us. So whenever you guys hear that these reptilians complain about the planet, it was their planet and they were here first. No, that's not correct. That's not fully correct. But they are still here, and the planet has always been for the humans. Love you guys. Take care.